Activities like extensive reclamation of wetlands, sand filling of lagoon shores, excessive dredging, encroachment on natural drainage channels, and unrestrained deforestation have all been significant features of the city. Urbanization is the conversion of land to uses which is associated with growing population. More than 50% of the world's population currently resides in cities and urban settlements, with this shift to urban living, which is expected to continue to increase at rates of almost 1.6% per annum worldwide.
When you now remove this area, you turn them to compacted area, concrete area, you're already creating more problem. Apart from the fact that, when it rains, there's nowhere else for the rains to go. It becomes a very big issue. And from elementary hydrology, when you have more concrete area, it means you have increased what we call you have reduced infiltration, the amount of water that is supposed to sink into the ground, and then you have increased what we call runoff. That is the amount of water that has to flow. And so wetland basically does the work of regulation, right? Once you remove this wetland, it means you've removed that regulatory role which they play, and then the impact is what we are seeing today.
Wetlands generally are faced by threats such as things like climate change, also faced by flooding, and also are affected by pollution and many others. In Lagos State area, we can protect our wetland from invasion of foreign species through a state of hygiene, and also by not disposing waste directly into our wetland, because by so doing, we can also obstruct the natural course. We can modify the habitat in such a way that the life in the environment will not be able to sustain their natural course. So we can do that through what is known as sustainable use of our wetland resources. That is to say that we have to use the resources that are within that wetland in such a way that they are available for today and also for the future generation. And also we should avoid as much as possible from disposing waste into the wetland. By contaminating water, by disposing waste into the water, you are increasing the load, the bacterial load, you are increasing waste, and you are doing so many other things. And all this can alter the natural course of the water. Also, the physiochemical parameters of the water can be altered. There are certain requirements that are needed for living organisms in water. When these things are altered or jeopardized, indirectly what we do is that we make those water bodies to become inability to be able to sustain the resources thereof. So what we need to do is that we sustain them by being involved, by doing our part. We should not waste water at home. Don't waste water. Don't dispose waste directly or indirectly into the water bodies. And also we should not bridge the course of water so that we not encourage flood and so many other things.
Lagos State is home to nearly 75% of the global urban population. The population had risen from about 5.7 million in 1991 to about 9.1 million in 2006. That's according to the National Population Commission. The Presidential Committee on the Redevelopment of Lagos Megacity Region put the average population density at 20,000 persons kilometers square.
Let them know that the importance of you having an approved plan is for government to tell you, because we have done studies and we have master plan of the whole place. We know where it's good for you to build, where you will build, and it will not infringe on any drainage or any wetland or any outfall of our natural drainages or man-made drainage. You know, they will tell you all this, so you don't just build there where it will become injurious to you and to some other people. And we tell them that is the essence of you having an approved plan. It's not that because we want to collect tax. It's not about tax. It's about you building at the right place where no harm will come onto you or to other people living around you.
The nature of population growth in some of the local government areas around the two lagoons between 1991 and 2006 is the reflection of the urbanization pressure. For instance, Ikorodu Council area with a population density of 7,207 persons per square meter in 2006, Etiosa local government had 3,423 per kilometer square, while the Lagos Mainland, Shomolu, and Lagos Island local government areas had densities of 28,154, 39,053, and 39,661 persons per kilometer square respectively, also in 2006. Urbanization is a major cause of loss of coastal wetlands in the state.
We have to recognize that Lagos actually evolved. And so what the government is now trying to do in recent past is to try to impose order on already disordered, unlike cities like Abuja and so on and so forth, that from the onset, areas that are designated as natural areas, parks and what have you. All those areas, I'm sure they were prior to 1950s and 1960s, but they are gone. Is it not, a shock to you that the place we now call Ikoyi Park, or what we call it, Park Real Estate today, used to be called Ikoyi Park. All those, what we call it, Dolphin Estate area used to be natural wetland. And people go there to play in the 50s and the 60s. Go and check your record. But they are no longer converted them, we've seated them up, and so on and so forth.
One of the long-term things we need to do, which we have term short-term, is that fencing and manning it and monitoring it. If you refuse anybody building there, nobody will touch it, nobody will go there. It's because we have been careless and we've allowed people to encroach on it. Specifically in this ministry, we have a unit that is specifically for this, to see to the good, proper management of wetlands in Lagos State. They are the ones doing the fencing. They are the ones doing, in fact, in some places we use block fence. In some places we use wire mesh. You understand? We are even going to restore some of them. We are going to restore some of them. Look, there's a place our attention has just been drawn to, and that is one place called Monkey Village or something like that somewhere in Amuwo-Odofin. They have encroached on a wetland, on the right of way of a canal. We're going to take them off the place.
In most cases, it's led to the changes in landscape patterns, ecosystem functions, and their capacity to perform functions in support of human populations. This happens when rapid or unplanned growth occurs in areas of highly vulnerable systems such as wetlands. Almost 35% of all rare and endangered animal species are either located in wetland areas or are dependent on them.